It's over 9,000!
G'day ladies and gents, welcome to War Thunder with Mags, and welcome aboard the LaGG-3-35. So it come to my attention that I haven't been flying a lot of Russian stuff recently, so about time that I started bringing out some Russian props again. It's not that I don't like them, I just haven't been flying them. So we're on Korea, again. God, I can't wait till we get some more maps of the Russians. Did a climb out to 10,000 feet, beginning my first dive on a P-36G that is shown up directly below me. Now I take a very aggressive dive angle here. I actually forgot how low the overspeed is for the LaGG-3. Start overspeeding at 670, so lift the nose. Now I need to bleed some speed before I reinitiate the dive, so flying out level, throttle still at 0 and basically gliding above him. Just watching him, waiting for him to make a turn. As he goes through, tip it over. Now that's bled off enough, I'm down to 532. Reinitiate the dive, push the throttles up to only 30%. Take the lead, take the kill. Throttles back to 100 so I can use my airspeed to regain altitude. So first kill is taken care of, just checking the skies at the moment, trying to decide who to go for next. Now I was looking at the Buffalo and the P-36 off my left-hand wing, but we actually already have 3 allied aircraft engaged in that area at the moment, with an additional 2 looking like they're heading in. So that's a little busy over there, but then I spot this Buffalo off my right-hand side. Now at this point he does appear to be alone, however there is an I-15 closing in over the mountains towards him. Buffaloes are nasty little fighters in the right hands too, so I don't like having one of those towards my 6, so we're going to have to deal with him first, and then I'll bring it back around and head back into the main fight, look to clean up whatever's left. 3.3 out, and the Buffalo is definitely moving to engage with the I-15. The I-15 is definitely more manoeuvrable, however the F-2A pilot can basically boom and zoom the I-15 to death, and there's nothing it'll be able to do about it. That 50 caliber machine gun the Buffalo carries is as good as a 20mm cannon down at this battle rating, so we really need to knock this guy out. Pulling altitude, so I'm getting ready for my rollover. Wait till the Buffalo is moving underneath and aileron roll into a dive, so I can slot in on his tail nice. First burst goes through, nice solid hit, but no kill unfortunately. Take it straight back into the vertical. I've definitely busted his cooling system. It looks like he's also trailing a black smoke as well, so I've probably taken out a fuel tank. Complete the loop and re-dive. This time I'm going for the kill shot. Line him up. He's listing heavily to the left, so this should be easy. And pilot snipe. Second kill. Just looking at the plane closely then, it looks like I actually took out his engine on that first boom, so a textbook kill. So once again going for altitude and heading back into the centre of the fight. Looks like I've been spotted in chat, so just saying hello. Now it already looks like most of the American team has been taken out at this point. There's only a couple of fighters left here and there. The team's done rather well, they've cleaned up nicely. It looks like the last remaining fighters for the enemy team are all in the Furball in the centre of the map, so I'm going to go over here and have a look and see what is there left to kill. Now it looks like the core of the Furball is basically Russian fighters only at the moment, and it's just cruising around the centre of the map, racing one another to kill the AAA and any soft targets that are on the ground that can be taken out with machine guns. So those guys, well, if they manage to see a fighter, they're going to swarm towards it, but they're so low to the ground, they really have no advantages. Just watching this Buffalo off my right wing, sitting at about 4,100 feet at the moment. I want to wait till he passes underneath me, or get myself into a position so he passes underneath me, so I've got a nice clear dive. He's already got 2 fighters on him at the moment, but there's no real way to avoid having a massive group fight. There's only 2 or 3 enemy aircraft left total. Now it looks like he's looping over to head back under me, so take it into the vertical. Aileron roll into a dive, however it looks like he's looping back and moving away. Okay, so I should have just dove on him then, but no biggie. Take a shot, good hits across. Quickly bring it back around. I think I might be able to slot in on his tail and get a quick shot here, however I don't want to stay for too long. If I can't get this shot in the next second, or next couple of seconds on his tail, I need to get the hell out of the area, otherwise my own team is going to shoot me down. I get some sparks then, he tips back over, Buffalo is using its manoeuvrability rather well. I take it back into the vertical, I'm not playing this game. So many allied aircraft at such close proximity on such a low battle rating, it's just asking for death. Reslot in for the execution. Come very close to collecting somebody then on the way through, and completely overcook the dive, so take it back into the vertical again. This Buffalo is dodging like a boss down here at the moment. I do have to say, I was very impressed with his piloting skills. That many planes on him and nobody has actually managed to hit him yet. Except me on that pass. No critical strikes have come up for him at the very least. However, all good things must come to an end. Just hang back here for a second. With all the twisting and turning he's doing, he's going to end up turning either hard left or hard right. There it is, hard left turn. Take the lead, and he's out. Third kill. And there was one. The enemy team has a single fighter left on it, and not a single one of us knows where the hell it is. So from this point on, we've got to start going on the hunt. First and most obvious place to check, the enemy runway, but a quick pass over there shows no targets. 6 or 7 minutes of flying later, and we finally managed to locate him. An I-15 returning from an RTB comes across a pea shooter on the far side of the map. I immediately turned towards the I-15. Now, this guy was so far out, I was the closest aircraft to the I-15, and I was over 20 kilometers away. Just letting everyone know, I've got a lock on him, I can see him now myself. So it actually took a couple of minutes of flying to be able to close distance, and this pea shooter is, well, seems to be a relatively good pilot as well. He's a PlayStation player, but so far the I-15 hasn't managed to hit him either. He actually reported in chat a moment ago that the pea shooter has taken no damage. He hasn't managed to hit it, and he's just about to run out of ammo. So go down for my first pass. Little late on the guns, unfortunately, so take it straight back into the vertical. Keeping eyes on target and just aileron rolling through the loop so I can dive back on target. Bring the nose around, lighten the shot. And there we go, critical strike, wing severed, and that is the last plane on the enemy team out. So let's go check out the results. So, first place for the team with 4 kills, Shadow Strike Streak X3, Win Streak X2, Final Blow, Terror of the Sky and Bulletproof, 38,200 Silver Lions, and 2,768 research points on a premium account, no double. And that was more than enough to finish off my 20mm cannon upgrade, which was the last upgrade that I needed to complete the spade on this aircraft. I'm really not sure how I managed to miss a spade on this aircraft in the first place. It's one that I was almost positive I've had completed for quite some time, but well, I guess not. So into our second match for the video, and this one is the P-63A-10 King Cobra. Now this is a video from very early in patch 1.43, I actually forgot I had this one lying around. Now I'm with Breakaway, he's flying his LA-5FN, and Squire Flyer, who is in his P-63 King Cobra as well, and I'm moving in on a Zero that's locked onto Squire at the moment. Now the P-63, this is an aircraft that I really don't like flying all that much. It's an aircraft that has a large number of flight model issues. It also has some rather massive damage model issues in relation to how it handles heat on its engine. You'll notice the temperatures for the oil and water for this fight are basically going to be redlined the whole way through the entire battle, and only once do I get an overheat timer appear. So just moving into firing position now, I'm going to try and snipe him out with just a 37mm cannon to begin with. So a couple of range shots. The shells are coming close, but not quite. I'm getting in close enough at the moment that I'm going to have to change over to MGs in just a second anyway. I don't really have a lot of luck with the 37mm in this plane. Most of my kills in it are actually just from the 50 cals. Nice and close, so just take it over. I know I probably shouldn't have been firing the 37mm at the same time, but I don't really care. As I said, it's the only time I've had any real success with the 37mm cannon on the P-63A-10 is when I've been going after bombers, and there are no bombers in this match. The Squire's picked up a second Zero, do a close pass with him to buzz him. Breakaway has also arrived on site, so we're now 3-upped. We'll get rid of this Zero and then move the fight on. So, snapped over and re-diving down, 1.5 off target, just moving to track. Breakaway is all over him, it looks like he's going to pass up and high, so take it high and over. Zero's turning back in, so aileron roll back into a climb, and then roll the plane over back into a dive. Just wanted to make sure he didn't get a chance to get guns on me as I was going through that turn. But we're all good, Breakaway has put a shot in and lit him on fire, so the Zero is burning and out of the fight. Pass underneath just to confirm the fire isn't going out, and target incoming, and it's friggin' Tetsuo. For fuck's sake, Tetsuo, piss off and leave me alone, will you? You always try and track me down. Go find somebody else to play with. So, stall the Cobra over and start heading towards their runway. I also want to cut in underneath Tetsuo and see what he does, and as you can see, he is still tracking me and trying to close in on me. I don't really know what the hell I've done to piss these AI off so badly. Well, rather just piss Tetsuo off. All the other AI are perfectly fine with me, it's just that one particular AI will follow me to the ends of the bloody earth every single time I wind up in a match with him. But anyways, Breakaway's dealing with my Tetsuo problem at the moment, so I've got some players to go and kill. We've got a B7A2 ahead, 4.7 kilometers out. There is actually 2 of them over here hitting targets at the moment. I realised straight away when I've seen ground target kills come up in the bottom right hand side, but it's not from this guy. Now the B7A2s are primarily dive bombers and ground attackers, however they can be quite capable as a fighter in the right hands, but that's not how they're particularly dangerous this match. What they're really dangerous for is they carry a fairly decent bomb load. They'll be able to take out 2 or 3 pillboxes each. They're also armed with twin 20mm cannons and a decent ammo load, so they're able to take out a lot of ground targets. 2 of these planes, left unattended, will be able to go through and very quickly wipe out the important actual mission-counted ground targets. They'll also go through and grind up the soft targets, which will start knocking massive chunks of ticket points off of the ticket counters at the top of the screen. We really can't afford to leave these guys alone. They will push a ground forces victory. So moving to intercept first target. .7 in gun range now, just line up the shot, clean hit, and 37mm strike, he's out. Alright, bring the nose around, the second one I got a glimpse of off the right, and there it is there. 4 kilometers out, moving to intercept. Now the B7A2s should have turned to fight us the second they saw us coming in, but they seem completely fixated on getting ground targets at the moment. And Squire dives in and takes out the second one, so that is the 2 ground attackers we have to worry about out of commission. But our next target has presented itself straight away. We've got a Ki-84 Ko Hayate. 5 kilometers out, it looks like it's tracking Squire fairly closely, so me and Grievous are moving to intercept as fast as we can. Ki-84s are, well, they will give a P-63 King Cobra a world of trouble, so we really need to get there and give Squire some backup fast. Now I want to get in there and save Squire, not just because, you know, he's a wingmate and we want him up for this battle, but also because, well, I've had Squire on channel twice so far. Both times Squire got himself on channel, he's been shot down and I've been unable to rescue him, so I don't want to do this a third time. Now we've got another A6M3 in the area as well, so now Squire's in a world of trouble and he's bleeding smoke. I'm not sure what he's got, but something got him, but he managed to take out the A6M3, so bloody nice shot there. The A6M3 did manage to put the hurt on him, however, so now that Hayate is smelling blood in the water. Squire's throwing it around as much as we can. This is the last player aircraft on the enemy team, so it's the last one we need to worry about. Take this guy out, and the 3 of us go and hunt down some AI. Thankfully, as I'm closing in on Squire, it looks like the Ki-84 broke off. He must have seen us coming, and he's gone to open some distance up and get ready for the next set of the engagement. He looks mainly like he's trying to run for his airbase, see if he can get some flat cover going. So, pulling up for altitude at the moment, Grievous is doing the same. So, now as we're all forming up, Squire lets us know he's got a bit of a crazy plan. He's actually going to dive in and start trying to strafe out the AAA that's on the runway. He's basically going to play bait for Made in Japan here. Okay, this is going to be fun. Squire's beginning to drop altitude and get ready for his strafing runs. Get as much altitude as I can. I want to get up to around 3,500 to 4,000 feet, so I've got a really, really good dive point. And if I mess this up and fail to keep Squire alive, I'm blaming Grievous. Just sharp bursting as much altitude as I can, passing over 4,000 feet now, heading towards 4.5, 4.6, and Squire's started hitting the AA that's on the runway. 5.3 out, Made in Japan seen Squire on the deck, and here he comes. Sometimes I think it's a little sad that the player base is so predictable most of the time that you can set up a trap like this and be reasonably confident that it's going to work. So Squire turns 90 degrees off the runway, Hayate makes the dive in, misses shots on Squire, take the shot, critical hit, and he goes in. So 3 player kills so far, there's 4 AI up for us to go and farm. There's only 4 players left on this team still alive, so we're going to have the lion's share of the AI once it's done. And I managed to keep Squire alive for the whole video. Bloody nice. I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that indeed. Alright, time to bring this thing back around and let's go find that AI. And those boys are just having a strafe out on the runway down there, cleaning up the last of the AI, and shit. Squire Flyer shot down by AAA. Ah, bloody hell. That one's not my fault. That one is not my fault. So, me and Breakaway head back into the centre field to go hunt down the last of the AI that are remaining. As I said, there's 4 of them in between. First one up, G4 Bomber. Nice easy kill. Boom, 37mm strike, first target down. Second AI is up, it's B5N2, moving in on that now. Now the PE2 that's on our team has managed to take out a third AI, so there's only one left and Grievous is heading on it at the moment. 2.2, 2 kilometres, just about in gun range. I think Grievous is just about lined up on his at the moment as well. And this is really just mop-up duties at this point. I wasn't expecting anything interesting to happen now. Now I sparked a 37mm shot there. I saw that shell go in. Just relining back up. Oh, a little too low, aim a little higher. There we go. Throttle back up. Now, last target remaining. Now, I was going over here and I was going to shoot it down because Grievous is taking too bloody long with the damn thing. So, closing fast, 3 kilometres out. 2.7, closing fast, they're heading directly for me. I figure Grievous should have the kill shot on this plane before I get there, but I haven't seen him fire at all. He is getting bloody close onto its tail. Take my lead. Fire, solid hit, go in between the target and Grievous, loop it back over to reacquire and line up, and Grievous kamikazes the last AI. That is not my fault either. But that's the entire enemy team wiped out, so let's go check out the results. So, first place for the team with 5 kills, 3 players and 2 AI. Squire comes in with 3 player kills. Breakaway comes in with a single kill. And he could have come in second place with 2 kills if he had decided not to ram the AI. Survivor Epic Award, the best squad, pretty much all the medals you've seen me get before. 146,305 Silver Lions, and 16,032 research points on a premium account, no double. And as you can see, this was very early in 1.43, as I'm still only just below halfway through the IL-28 grind at this time. So this was a fun match with some fun times. I always enjoy my flyouts with Squire. I really have to do some live comms recording the next time me and Squire are actually on. He is hilarious to actually fly with. It is great. But sometimes I am sure all my wingmates are doing their very best to make it as hard as possible for me to keep their asses alive. Anyways, ladies and gents, as always, click like if you do, subscribe if you want to see more, fly smart, fly safe, and I'll catch you in the skies.